A glimmer of hope tonight for the families of the 239 passengers and crew who were on board Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 when it disappeared 8 years ago. It seems authorities are taking great interest in the work of Richard Godfrey. Last month, we reported how the retired aerospace engineer thinks he's pinpointed the precise location where the jet crashed in the southern Indian Ocean. Now, assisted by Godfrey's research, pioneering underwater specialist Ocean Infinity has committed to a new search, which could begin as early as next year. So, Richard, you believe you know exactly where MH370 is?
That's correct, yes.
When Richard Godfrey made such a bold claim, many were sceptical. But the retired aerospace engineer is adamant. Using radio signal technology, he believes he's located Malaysian Airlines flight MH370's exact whereabouts in the depths of the southern Indian Ocean. And he hopes it'll solve one of aviation's greatest mysteries.
It will only take one more search and we will find it.
Now, that search is closer to becoming a reality. While experts around the world are working to verify Richard's findings, some have seen enough and believe the 300 square kilometres he's identified as the plane's final resting place is as good a spot as any to start a new search.
I can tell you from our perspective, it is an almost daily conversation of when we'll be able to get back to it.
Oliver Plunkett is the CEO of marine search company Ocean Infinity. Finally, he had some good news for the bereaved families.
It is our hope and desire to be back carrying on the search at some point in certainly the first half of 2023.
And this time he wants to go back out there to find the plane using brand new state-of-the-art ships.
These ships are different. They're probably the most modern cutting-edge ships in the entire world. And one of the things we're dealing with is the regulatory framework for a ship that can be driven with no person on board.
I feel as though we've got our best chance yet at finding MH370. I know the families are overjoyed.
As the former head of the Australian Transport Safety Bureau's search for MH370, Peter Foley has spent much of the past 8 years thinking about the doomed plane. Peter, this is the area that Richard Godfrey's identified around here?
Yes.
He believes the initial searches were called off prematurely. But that's the thing though, 230,000 square kilometres has already been searched and MH370 still wasn't found. What would make this search different?
Well, in theory, it could be done in a single pass in 100 days if you're searching 1,000 square kilometres a day. But, of course, you've got to go back and make sure you haven't missed it, and that takes time. By continuing the search, we get closer and closer to getting a result. And we need to be successful this time. We can't fail again. We must continue and find that aircraft.
Ocean Infinity's last search for MH370 ended without success in 2018. But this time, they're hoping the $30 million it'll likely cost will be worth it. And you think just one more search of this area will find the plane?
It's highly prospective.
One hurdle still to overcome is getting the permission of the Malaysian government. As the owners of the aircraft, they're the only ones who can approve the plane's retrieval. Do you think the Malaysians will come to the party here?
I hope so. The more pressure that's applied to the Malaysian government by families, the more likely they are to say yes. There's no risk to the Malaysian government in this. They need to agree, and to do so expeditiously. They need to get behind Ocean Infinity on this.
What role does Australia play in any new search?
I think it would be great if the Australian government got on the front foot and looked at the operation and made sure that it was going to meet our standards. And when the aircraft debris field is found, there's an expectation that a recovery operation will be mobilised and launched pretty quickly. And the plans have been in place now since 2015.
Would you come out of retirement for a new search?
Of course I would. I would be delighted to help in any way that I can if I'm asked to do so. Of course I would. I made a promise and I plan to make good on that promise.
What would you do?
Anything that I was asked to do. Happy to cook.
For the families of the 239 passengers and crew on board MH370, this is a glimmer of hope after so much silence. Just maybe, finally, the secrets buried deep in the southern Indian Ocean will be revealed.
This may well be our last chance, so we have to get it right.
This is the closest we've come.
Yes. I would be extraordinarily happy to see MH370 finally found. It would mean that 239 families would finally have answers, and I think everyone involved in the search is motivated by that. Answers for the families, bring those people home.
Hello, I'm Sarah Abo. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minutes segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.